Unsolved.
Zodiac killer case, Lake Herman Road, Turnout. Here's an old map of the area, and the blue circle is on Lake Herman Road, and that's where the turnout was, and it's referred to later as the crime scene. And then the green circle is where the center of Marshall Ranch was located. Marshall Ranch encompassed a big area, and the green arrow is the cutoff or the turnoff to get there. And then the red circle is where Anthony and Stella Borghi's home was, and then the red arrow is the turnoff for there. And again, that area, the ranch, included a big area. Okay, and then the black circle is down where the oil refinery was and where Benicia is. And then the gray arrow points towards the freeway to head to Fairfield, California, or all the way to Sacramento. Here's another map of Lake Herman Road, and to the left you can see goes to Vallejo, and then to the far right where the black arrow is, that would head to the freeway that heads north to Fairfield and Sacramento. And then the red arrow is the cutoff to the Borghi's Ranch. The green arrow is the cutoff for the Marshall Ranch. The blue circle is the crime scene, and the gray arrow is pointing to the road to cut off to Benicia. And in this video, the cars represented in the video are not necessarily the cars that the witnesses, were driving in. It's more the person, their age, and the time. Now at approximately 9 p.m. on December 20th, 1968, on Lake Herman Road, in a truck similar to this, Frank Gasser, 68 years old, and Robert Conley, I believe 27 years old, were out raccoon hunting. And they parked their car off of Lake Herman Road about 20 to 25 feet from the road. And one of them witnessed a 1960 four-door Chevy Impala parked in the turnout. And according to them, they left the area around 11 p.m. And they saw the Rambler parked in the turnout when they left. At approximately 9:30, William Crow, estimated age of 24, and his girlfriend, in his girlfriend's car, was parked at the crime scene facing Lake Herman Road, perpendicular to the road. William Crow was driving his girlfriend's sports car. He was testing it out and adjusting the motor. He parked in the open area by the pump station. He observed a blue car, possibly a Valiant, coming down the road from Benicia towards Vallejo. They passed his location, stopped in the middle of the road. He saw the white lights of the reverse come on and the car backing up towards them. Crow states that he put the car in gear and took off at a high rate of speed, and the car followed his at a high rate of speed. They did not appear to gain on him, but when they got to the turnoff towards Benicia, Crow turned towards Benicia, and the other car went straight ahead. The subjects were both Caucasian. There is no further identification of the car or the subjects. At approximately 10 o'clock, Bingo Wesner, age 33, was checking on his sheep at Marshall Ranch, and he witnessed a white Chevy sedan, and he saw the red truck. And at approximately 10:15 p.m., David Faraday, age 17, and his date, Betty Lou Jensen, age 16, pulled off on the Turnout on Lake Herman Road. At approximately 10:15 that night, Helen Axe, who I couldn't find a record of, age 18, and her sailor boyfriend, who were out driving that night, drove east on Lake Herman Road all the way to the freeway, I believe, and then turned around and drove back west to Vallejo. And she reported that they passed the Rambler and she recognized it, and David and Betty that night. At approximately 11 p.m., Peggie, 41, and her husband Homer, 41, were in their gold 1967 Pontiac Grand Prix, and they were checking on, or Homer was, some pipes at the pumping station that he had done work on. And they lived in the Sacramento area, and they might have been staying in Benicia at the time. And Homer was driving the car, and Peggie saw two white males in a red truck. The older man had a flashlight, and the younger man had a rifle. They also saw, or she saw, the Rambler and a long dark car at Humble Oil. They drove west to Marshall Ranch and then back east towards their home. At approximately 11:15 p.m., the Zodiac killer pulled into the Turnout, possibly in this car right here. He was there to kill a young couple. Then, at approximately 11:15 p.m., James Alford Owen, age 38, drove by in a car that I don't know what it looked like. And as he approached the crime scene, he saw a car heading west towards Vallejo. And then at the crime scene, he saw the Rambler and another vehicle parked next to it. But he couldn't describe that vehicle later. And then after he passed the crime scene, he heard a gunshot. At approximately 11:20, Stella Borges, age 54, went to Benicia to pick up her grandson, Danny. And she had a couple passengers in her car. And she witnessed Betty Lou Jensen lying dead on the road, on the Turnout, and David Faraday clinging to life. And then she raced off towards Benicia to find help. And she made it into the town of Benicia and spoke to some police officers. At approximately 11:25 p.m., Benicia police officers Daniel PITTA and William Warner heard from the witness, Stella, that there had been some kind of crime committed at Lake Herman Road. Sometime between 11:15 and 11:20 p.m., Paul Duer, the Zodiac killer, age 41, drove his car, his light blue car, home, heading east on Lake Herman Road to the freeway and then north to Fairfield, California.
Please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks.
Well, this ends this episode of Unsolved. And again, the cars were mostly just fake, except the specific ones. And the pictures, the photographs, were all real of those people, but at different ages. I couldn't get the exact age. And the times are all an estimated time to when they first arrived at that area. So I'll see you next weekend. Thanks.